country status by this year, and if by then it is the high income group country will be. Time to focus strongly on hydrogen and solar power, little more green areas as solution for India's energy. And India is one of the first nation to have announced a green hydrogen mission, and a green hydrogen policy is expected to be announced soon. So if we talk about the net zero by 2050, though we are thinking of 2047, but they have changed the plan and Government of India says that we will be net zero by 2050. But recently they changed it again and they are planning that an update is also with steps that they should be, if you see, we will be net zero by 2070. And this is their nationally determined contribution, which they are communicated in the UNFCCC program also. As I mentioned, our carbon emissions per capita consumption is the lowest in the world as compared to Canada, US, Australia, and Russia. So what is the past? Past we have seen and limiting the rise in the global temperature to 1.5 degrees centigrade only. Power sector will be free from pollution emissions, solid waste, thermal pollution, and whatnot, whatever we are talking, and pollution control at source also. Sustainability will be amalgamated with the company strategy. So what should be the sustainability here? That Government of India, Ministry of Power, Central Electricity Authority, all those who are in this power business must make sure some sustainability guidelines for power industry that what they should do. If there's a power plant coming tomorrow and utilizing a land area of X kilometer square, for example, at least 10, 20, 30, 40% of this should be covered as a green. So that carbon sequestration is also there. Similarly, we should have but more lines in consultation with the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change, MOEFCC, to develop some guidelines from the sustainability point of view for our vision for India for 2047. Finally, you all the future manager will lead the country in the right direction of sustainability because only policies will not bring change. Our planning, the corporates will change and time has come. We will not achieve this sustainability or sustainable development. I'm sure India will be such by 2047 and you all will see and most probably I will also survive and see with my living lives. Thank you very much. Wishing you a very good day. Hope I could do some justice. And if you think something is lacking, let me know. We will further improve for the next somewhere. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
One thing I want to show you, the eco mark is nothing but a ghada. So, and this is Government of India eco mark. And time has come, we must change this eco mark also, because after this eco mark, ministry banned the clay bricks. So if we have creating pollution while making the bricks, we are certainly creating pollution while making this ghada. So time has come that we must change this our eco mark also to the flower of water hyacinth, which grow in the wastewater. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Sir, before ending the session, students would like to interact and ask some questions related to the topic.
Certainly, my pleasure.
Sure, sir. So, if anyone has any questions, they can raise their hands. And Kashyap, you can go ahead.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Hello. Thank you so much, sir, for such an insightful session. So one question that I had was like in a country like ours, in a country like ours, where major energy demand depends on imports, what role can renewable energy sources play? That is what I was.
What are the renewable energy sources?
Renewables play.
Can you speak little loudly?
Just a second, sir. Like I'll adjust my mic in a second. That's fine.
I think so. His network is kind of lagging. So I think he has texted me his question. So basically, what he was
Can you
trying to
repeat?
ask
Yeah,
was,
please.
so actually, I think his network has some fault. So he has texted me his question. So basically, what he was trying to ask was, in the country like India, where majorly our energy demands are dependent upon imports of the energy, what role can the renewable energy could play in the India for the 2047 to come?
See, I have
Like,
already covered that. I'm saying is the renewable has a major role to play, and there are various sources available in India. We are working in that direction only. Solar mission, for example, geothermal. If you see, even now floating solar plants has been developed in India also. This is the only future, and hydrogen also. The time has come. You must work on hydrogen. If you can convert CO2 into hydrogen, nothing like that. Those type of technology innovation is required in this sector also. So renewable
like
has a bigger
speaking of
role to play.
like follow up a question, like in which particular sector, like especially for automobile, like switching to renewables for majority of demand by 2030 might project us as an outlier. So how India going to be adapt in particularly in some major sectors in form of like manufacturing, where there are huge energy demands but majorly automobile?
See, time has come. If we are producing, for example, 50% of the total demand by 2070 from renewable sources, certainly more charging stations will be available in the car. Our automobile sector can move on electric cars also. But if you see, we are already moving in the hydrogen fuel also, which will be much cleaner for the automobile sector. I think another 10 years time, you people will certainly, when you will buy your first and second car, it will be either electric or hydrogen fuel. There's no doubt about it.
Okay.
And this is the future of the country. We have
Okay,
to.
sir.
This morning only I was reading that I think UNICEF has mentioned that by 2050, each and every child will suffer the heat stroke. So you have to stop it. And you are the only one who can stop. You are means the younger generation, because you should come with the thinking of sustainability, strategy, planning, innovation, those type of things, which was not the case about 10 years back. And government support
Okay,
is
sir.
already there in all the direction for you. As a startup
Okay.
also and policy maker.
Okay, sir. Thank you for clearing my doubt. Next person could go with the question.
Professor Swami, if you want, you can ask your question.
Yeah, I really liked this wonderful talk, and that itself gave a lot of information. I'm very happy with this. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Avian. We are from the same institute, HBTI Kanpur.
Thank you,
Uh,
sir. Thank you.
I think Dasari Hari Prasad, you could go ahead with your question.
Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for such an insightful session. So my doubt is India is a growing nation. So currently we are focusing on improving multiple industries. So like, but conventional industries like oil and gas, chemical, fertilizers, etc., mostly relying on fuel. So what should be the India's plan to replace those equipment and upgrade them with the solar or other kind of renewable sources of energy? So it is
See,
humongous industry.
each and every industry cannot upgrade the instrument that they will work on solar. Okay. But certainly time has come that each and every industry can think of to put up a plant of solar in their backyard and use the energy through the grid. That is one way. Secondly, within the plant colony, at least, whatever requirement of electricity is there, say 10% of the total requirement by industry, that can be met by the solar. Like, that is better. But suddenly changing all the equipment to solar, it is neither required nor it can be done, because what you will do with the waste, from where the capital money will come. Okay?
Right,
A
sir.
thinking should be in the positive direction. I will not say that we should not use the energy and conserve and not to use, and so that there is no climate change, for example, visible. On the same time, I will say you should use the energy as per your requirement. Don't waste it. If I'm not traveling today, think of how much I have saved. And you will save it further CO2 emission if you have switched off some lights in the auditorium as I request. I don't know what type of system you have. But when I go for any presentation offline, I request as a sustainability, as an environment professional, I say, please switch off the light. These are not required. Because there's no need to see this ugly face also. So you don't need lights also.
All right, sir. Thank you.
I think Siddharth Raj, you could go next.
Uh, Good afternoon, sir. Is my voice audible?
Yes, dear Siddharth. Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. Sir, my question was for the young startups meeting sustainability goals might come up with trade-offs with effectiveness and efficiency at least in the shorter run. So, what is your opinion regarding the same?
Can you just repeat it, please?
Yes, sir. So the question was for the young startups meeting sustainability goals might come with trade-off with effectiveness and efficiency, at least in the shorter run. So what are your opinions regarding the same?
If you see my one of the posts on LinkedIn, I have used the line sustainability is not a skill, it's an attitude.
Right,
Okay.
sir.
If you are giving me a bottle of water, I will take a sip and I will dispose of the whole water, then your sustainability part is missing. And if I'm carrying this bottle from IIFT to my way to the airport and utilizing it, at least I'm thinking for the water sustainability for this country. So whether it is a startup or the institution or the industry, the goals are same. And I use in my presentation somewhere that your sustainability strategy should be combined with the company's strategy also. Like for a thermal power plant, coal is very important. It is a material to them. On the same time, from sustainability angle, what you will decide that rather than using Indian coal with 38% fly ash, can we use the Indonesian coal with 3% fly ash and less sulfur also, for example, or more sulfur? I'm just saying you have to compare these sources. So sustainability is not that you will open a holy book and certainly you will have some guidelines. You have to see around and see what is sustainable for you and what is not sustainable for you. You will surprise, for example, I don't use the plastic bottles. I don't use the plastic bags. And EcoMark is in my office at home. So that at least I can, because you people, I'm sure, if I request you to raise your hand, maybe first time you must have seen EcoMark. In fact, this EcoMark should be on each and every product of India, whether it is a tumbler or it is a telephone or it is a soap. But we are not aware. Even if you go to Ministry of Environment and Forest, 90% of the staff will not be aware that there is a EcoMark notification by this ministry. This is the problem of this country. So sustainability, as I mentioned, should be developed some guidelines for power in 2047 also. Same thing for the startup also. You decide what you want for sustainability. And environmental consciousness, environmental control, it is not costly. It's paid back very fast. Hope I
Right.
could answer your question.
Yes, sir. So thank you.
But out of you three who are visible, have you seen EcoMark earlier? Can you raise hand? You were aware of EcoMark or no?
Sir, I wasn't aware of EcoMark.
No, nobody is aware. I'm saying even ministry people are not aware.
Right,
That is
sir.
the problem in this country. How many of us are serious about disposal of our garbage? We smoke about 500, 300 rupees a day. We drink whiskey maybe about 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 rupees a month, but we don't spend 200 rupees per month for the disposal of garbage and 500 rupees per month for water, for example. If water is available per liter to you through the metering process, I'm sure we will not take bath 7 days a week. Maybe 3 days we will only go for dry cleaning with the wet towel. And those changes will bring sustainability to startup also, to industry also, to country also.
Right, sir.
I think Kalyan, you could go ahead with your question.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Kalyan Aditya from the batch of 24. Sir, I have a question regarding the green jobs that are currently on the trend right now. So could you shed some light on what green jobs exactly are?
A person like me or you, those who are working for the cause of environment, CSR, taking production, thinking environment in mind, less pollution, those who are working for innovation in a waste reduction, these are all green jobs. Earlier, the blue collar or green collar jobs are not green. If you are taking care of the environment, it's a green job. And that is the reason, if you remember, I said I'm missing to be at IIFT and I would like to come one day to IIFT. But there is a presentation I have which says, is green the color of sustainability? How we are misusing the word green, environment friendly, environmental consciousness, and we are not. So thinking green is not green. If you work for green, then it is a green job. If you're sitting in a green room, you cannot say that my job is green. If you're taking care of wastewater treatment facility, yes, you are in a green job.
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
And it has a vital role to play. I'm sure future for environment professional is much better.
So I have to ask, is your camera on, by the way? Because we can't see you on the screen.
My camera is
Hello?
on.
Okay. So I think there might be some problem in your connection. I think Professor PJ Rao wants to say something, sir.
Yeah.
Professor, like your hand is you could add your point of view to this session. We would like to hear your point of view, how it was.
Are you hearing me now? Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
I can hear you.
Yeah, you can hear. First of all, thank you very much, sir, Saxena, sir, for adding me today for this session. It is a wonderful session with
My pleasure, sir.
Yeah, it is a lot of information you have given to us. And only one question I have is that is actually we are now getting electrical cars, scooters, three-wheelers, and all this is all electrically charged. Okay, in future, I think more vehicles have to come, and that will come also. It need energy again. So then we have to charge it for 2 hours or 3 hours, 4 hours. What is the time slot? Hello, is it hello?
I'm listening.
Is it any problem with my audio?
No.
Yeah.
Professors are very audible always.
Then actually we need 4 lakh megawatt energy by 2047 as per the estimate what you have shown in your presentation. And how to meet that much of demand, because actually it may not be possible from this hydrothermal or some other means of wind or electrothermal, geothermal, whatever it may be. But only source is nuclear. But actually, we are having our own problems with the nuclear power plants and all these things. Wherever the government proposing nuclear power plants, we are having a lot of revolt and all this is from the public. So how to meet this challenge, particularly to meet that particular demand of 4 lakhs odd megawatts in future, in coming future, everywhere the demand is much more. Even if you go for electrical vehicles and all these things, again you need electricity for charging and all these things. So how to meet this challenge, and at the same time how to maintain this green trend, what just we are planning now for um, a reduction of emissions and all this from the vehicles. Can you throw some light on this? Yeah.
Professor, in fact, I'm not carrying a torch, so I cannot throw the light also. But what I'm trying to say, if what I have mentioned here today in my presentation, that 2047 maybe we will have enough power. There's a need to go for renewables, for green and clean power. I mentioned that we should have some sustainability criteria in our power generation process, and government, various departments like Minister of Power, Environment, Central Electricity Authority, they should all work together. And this question is you should write to someone who is working for Niti Aayog. Or the gentleman sitting with the microphone, he's from IIFT, I think, because he can always bring some foreign collaboration for your question. But I'm not the right person.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you very much, sir, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, organizers.
No, my pleasure, my pleasure.
I think Kaustubh, you could go ahead with your question.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon, KK. Thank you very much for letting me in. Thanks.
It was my pleasure, sir, hearing you speak here.
My pleasure
Sir,
too.
Sir, I wanted to ask you about your opinions on carbon tax. Do you think it is a progressive step towards a developing country like India?
See, when you will tomorrow come to the job, you will start with a salary of 20% slab of the income tax. And by the time you retire, you will be 38%. In Canada, they pay about 52% tax. US, they pay about 50% tax. Taxation is must. Carbon tax is also very important. I don't mind. But then give me clean air. I'm paying 38% tax and my water I cannot drink. I'm drinking a bit bottled water. And now we talk about the alkaline water. It is much more safer, as compared to chlorine, which is already in this water. So KK, tax is important. But before tax, give me something which I feel, my medical facilities are lacking. My primary education is lacking. My road network is lacking. It's improving today. I'm not a BJP person or a Congress head person, but if you see last 10 years, we are moving in all the directions. We are good move. So tax is not a problem, but give me something in return. Why every year we have a problem in Delhi, and which is air pollution because of the parali burning in UP, Haryana, and Punjab? Few days back, I was watching this The Crown, which is about the Queen Elizabeth, on Netflix. There was some problem of this type of air quality in about 1914 in England, and they have come out of it. And the cities are totally clean. In India, not even a single city is there where you can say the ambient air quality is good. Not even a single city is there where we don't have a problem with the floods during rains. In Delhi, if it rains for 40 minutes, we have a jam for about 3 hours on each and every road. Are we responsible for this? Why? What we are paying the tax? I don't mind paying tax, but give me in return something. Whether it is a carbon tax or hydrogen tax or water tax, we are already paying everything. Taxation is not a solution. Attitudinal change is a solution. When we go to a party, or for example, a marriage in North India, we have a tendency that they will just fill the plate. And then they realize the food is not good, they will throw the plate. They will take another plate. They're not realizing, forget about 2, 3, 4,000 rupees per plate that is charged. How much food you are wasting. And there's no curriculum on our ethics. You will surprise, we don't have People of us, like you and me, are not aware what is lift ethics or lift etiquettes. That's the correct word, I believe. What is email etiquettes? We just copy to everybody, 200 people, and then one person is shouting. Same thing with the text also. Don't flood the text like this, email.
Yes, sir.
Hope I could
Thank
just
you for your
push.
opinion.
Thanks,
Yes.
dear.
Sumit, you could go ahead with your question next.
Thank you, sir. Wonderful session. So, in one of the slides, you talked about biofuels and how countries would be leveraging biofuels and how 25% of the world transportation would be fueled by the with the use of biofuels. So, sir, I just want to ask you about how India is leveraging the biofuels and what government initiatives are being undertaken to make full use of it and to make full potential of the biofuel.
As on today, just now, I don't have the full information on biofuel. But if you share your email to me, I will certainly pass it on. Because I just covered as a source of clean energy, I have not worked on the biofuel. But environment sustainability, any question I can answer easily.
Sir, due to the paucity of time, we'll go ahead with one last question. Jessica, you could go ahead with your question.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir. My question to you is that many people debate about the sustainability of EV batteries, especially about the safe disposal of these. So I just wanted to know what are your opinions about the same?
Jessica, first I will welcome you because of the diversity inclusion. You are the only one. I was thinking maybe IIFT is having all ugly faces like me. Pleasure. Good question. See, if you see battery rules of India, there is a notification by the Minister of Environment. If you want to buy a battery, you can change your battery. Yes, you get only 100 rupees, for example, or 150 rupees on that. Disposal of battery is not a problem today, but certainly when we give the battery back to a seller for 100 rupees, the way it is dismantled, that whole area, if you go, it is lacking in terms of environmental consideration. There's a light pollution in the vicinity. People are having problem with their limbs and all those type of things. So in India, if we talk about the environment, we have Ministry of Environment and Forest, then we have State Pollution Control Board, we have CPCB, then we have ministry offices in each and every state, then we have regional offices of the state boards, but every department, I'm sorry for my language, is working like an income tax department. You pay the money, you get your consent. The role, the institutional framework of our Indian legislation is lacking. Same thing with the lead batteries also, car batteries also, and it is going to have with the EVs also. Time has come that if we can improve our power supply, there is no need of so-called at home we put batteries, but inverters, for example. There is no need of DGs in an industry. Why? Because DG is not a good thing. It makes noise. You use diesel in this, transportation of diesel, say from Bombay to Himachal is a problem. Lot of pollution is there during transportation. So we are lacking in our plan. There is the NGT also, National Green Tribunal. Even NGT policies are also not good if you and see from the environmental. We have to be conscious about disposal. That is much more important, whether it is a Coke bottle, Coke can, or EV battery.
So before we end this session, can you close off your presentation so we could see you on the main screen and give us our thanking note to you and welcome and be thankful for coming us here and providing with your session.
1 minute.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Which slide you want to see, first or second?
No, sir. Close off the slideshow. We just wanted to have a conversation, or like we could see you on the main screen because
Okay.
you are presenting.
But how to show me? Because my video camera is on, my Mobius is on, and this is. Why you are not able to see me?
Sir, we are able to see you. We just wanted to have you on the main screen. So can you please end your slideshow and the presentation so that we can take a
No,
picture
I
of
have
all of
already
us.
ended my present slideshow.
No, sir. Presenting the.
Sir, it is still being presented on the main screen.
I don't know what
Yes,
to
sir.
do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Now,
Sir.
now it is fine.
Is it okay now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, we would like to thank you on behalf of Koshish and the entire student fraternity at IIFT Kolkata. Thank you so much for enlightening us with your valuable insights on the important issues such as the need to realize individual social responsibility and what all we should do to be environmentally conscious. You also elucidated about the green production, eco-mark, pollution control at source, and about the green and clean energy, its type and its advantages. We all had a great learning experience from your session, sir. Thank you so much for taking out your time from the busy schedule to interact with us. And I would also like to thank the professors and the guests for gracing our symposium with your presence. Thank you everyone for joining us.
Can I take one last sentence? Can I say something?
Yes, sir.
I
Sure,
was
please.
telling KK I was not a good student. So when I go to the institution, I feel proud. Today also, along with your courses, I think I did my courses also to share a little bit knowledge what I have. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. And I want to see you all in such a position that you can do what should be the need for 2047. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay, bye. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, sir.
Bye-bye.
सर सर दिख रहे थे लेकिन इसी तरह सर नहीं दिख